Hi, this is Joe Chambers. Welcome to Musicians Hall of Fame Backstage the Vault Series. This is another interview that we did back in 2005 with session musician Reggie Young here in Nashville at Chambers Guitars on West End. Reggie talks in this clip about the formation and the beginning of what became known as American Studios, with the house band being the Memphis Boys, or at that time called the 827 Thomas Street Band. Talks about all the groups that came in and they recorded with, all the hit records they made, 120 top 40 records in just a couple of years. It was an amazing story. Hope you like it. If you do, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new content. And for those of you who can help, we do have a Patreon account. Once again, Reggie Young.
I remember, and we used to come over here and come to Nashville and work for Buddy Killen. He had some R&B acts. And I remember, I don't know what the date is, but Moman was Chips, who was a producer and guitar player. Like I said, we'd go to New York and work for Jerry Wexler for Atlantic Records. They'd pay us $100 a day. We'd go up there and stay however long they wanted to do it, you know. And but Chips and Tommy were booked in Muscle Shoals with Jerry Wexler on Aretha Franklin's first record, and Tommy's the world's greatest bass player. I mean, he's just incredible. And they were booked, but Moman was booked with Buddy Killen, and he got me on the Buddy Killen date in Nashville. So to sub for him while they went to Nashville the same night. Well, anyway, I came to Nashville and recorded with Joe Tex. And the thing we cut was Show Me. That was the first thing I played on with Joe Tex, and it was a pretty big hit with his band. I was the only white guy in the band, except for Carl Himmel. He played tambourine. But I drove over from Memphis, and then they went to Muscle Shoals and cut Aretha's first hit that very same night. And anyway, I remember after we got back, because we were going to Nashville a lot, the three of us, or to New York. Moman had a studio, and he said, man, it'd be great if we didn't have to travel anymore. And of course, I'm sure it was beneficial for him, but it really sounded good too that we just make his studio, American studio, our home base. Anybody wanted to use us, we'd get a band together. Anybody wanted to use any of us, they had to use the whole band. And we wouldn't go out of town unless it was all of us going. And so, yeah, okay, that sounds good. So I quit High. I told them I wasn't going to do anything. I was going to be doing the Southern. And I was getting, by this time we had gotten sessions down to 5 hours. It used to be 7 hours, and a session is only 3 hours, you know, union session. We were doing 5-hour sessions and getting scale, whether we cut one or song or 4 or whatever, you know. So anyway, American started up, and I went.
What year was this?
This was in 1967, I believe. And Bobby Emmons, a friend of mine that was also with Bill Black's combo, he was still over there at High in the house band over there. And I talked him into, I said, man, you need to come over here. This is going to be the happening place. And he quit. And he tells me, he said, man, if you hadn't told me that, I'd probably still be at High. You know, but he came over to American. And Tommy got Gene Christman, the drummer, from Sun Studio. And that was the nucleus of our little rhythm section. And we cut some records. A guy named Papa Don Schroeder from down in Pensacola, Florida. He brought some acts up, you know, R&B acts. And I had told Buddy that I was there. I wouldn't be coming to Nashville. So he brought Joe Tex over to our little band, and we cut Skinny Legs and all, and a whole string of hits on Joe Tex. And so he started bringing his artist in. Fred Foster started bringing artists in. Atlantic brought their artist in, Wilson Pickett, and a whole, it wasn't all just R&B because also Atlantic brought John Prine. We cut his first album, and Bobby Womack. Bobby stayed there and was a writer. You know who Bobby is, a guitar player and songwriter. He worked with, gosh, he used to be with Ray Charles years ago, but played left hand. He could take my guitar and play it. He'd just be upside down. And he really influenced my playing. And because we'd sit in front of each other and we played on a lot of sessions there at American. And just the way I play some chords now that just totally Bobby Womack. And he started playing the style I was playing, the thirds, and he was playing the other thing. We just, we stole each other blind. But at American, over, gosh, I don't know, up until 72 when we left, we had, I think it's 120 something pop records, top 40 records we cut on everybody from Neil Diamond to Elvis to, matter of fact, Elvis came in, that was his, the Elvis in Memphis album was, got him back out touring again. He tried to get the back, he asked us would we like to go out and tour with him, and no, I don't think so. So, you know, everybody was kind of homebodies, and, but he said that kind of launched his career. I mean, he did say that. That launched his career again. He thought it was sort of over with. He hadn't had a hit in like 8 years. We cut all that Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto and all that stuff.
Kentucky Rain.
Yeah, Kentucky Rain. And anyway, right in the big middle was Neil Diamond with Holly Holy, Sweet Caroline, and all those. Anyway, just and the R&B. It was R&B.
Box Tops?
Box Tops. Yeah, I played sitar on. Well, the first record they had was a record of the year. And I don't know whatever year that was, 67, 8. It was The Letter. And then they were still in high school.
Now, did you play on The Letter?
No, it was their band. And then to finish the album, they had a deadline to meet, and Dan Penn produced it and produced that album. So he hired us to finish the album because we're a little faster, you know. And we did. Of course, he was working at American. He was part of American, the writer's staff. And, Jerry Wexler had sent a sitar, it was an electric sitar. He'd sent it down from New York to Tommy. And Tommy and I swapped it back and forth. Anyway, I was just noodling with it, and Dan said, man, that'd be good on this song, you know. And okay. And it was Cry Like a Baby, which was, I guess, their second hit with the Box Tops. And then we cut a lot of stuff after that with them. But it was the first time, they say, whoever they are, that it was the first time that the sitar had been used on a top 40 record.